Welcome to Chris's Caribbean Delights, and I wish all my Hindu brothers and sisters a happy Diwali. Enjoy and be safe. And today I'm going to be doing a tribute to the Diwali holiday, which I grew up in my younger days. I grew up on the Essequibo, and it was all Diwali and Holi and all those things I grew up in. That culture was rich and really sunk into my soul. At one point, I knew all the Indian dances and everything that contribute to the holidays that came forward. Now, I'm going to do some Parsad. It's a delicious dessert that's served during Diwali and other holidays. So let's go to those ingredients and let's make some Parsad. So here we have the ingredients for our Parsad. Now, we do need some flour. I use 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1 can of evaporated milk, and 1 can of condensed milk. I have some raisins here, which I'm reconstituting just to get them nice and plump. Optional, you can put some pecans or any type of nuts in there if you want a crunch, but this is just optional. And I need 12 tablespoons of butter, which is what I have here, and that's going to go into that mix. And for the spices, I have 2 sticks of cinnamon. I have about 4 star anise, and I have about 6 to 8 cloves of 6 to 8 cloves that I have here. Okay, so water is boiling. I have a cup and a half of water here boiling, and that's where I'm going to throw my spices in. I'm going to let this reduce to half, and so the spices can release their flavor into the water. We let this go for about 5 to 10 minutes until it starts to reduce by half, and then we'll take the spices out and we'll move to the next step. The water is becoming nice and fragrant, and you can see the color changing, which means that the spices are releasing their flavor into the water. So it has so far reduced a little, and just let it reduce a little more. Give it another 5 minutes, and then we'll start. So now that my water has reduced to half, I'll just remove the spices. Remove the spices. And you can see it has released all its flavor in there. So I'll just get these cloves out before I continue. And to the spiced water, I add the milk, both milks, the condensed milk, and the evaporated milk. You have to get it all out of there. And the sugar. You can use brown sugar if you care to. I'm just using, I don't have any brown sugar, I'm just using the granulated sugar. And obviously you give this a stir on some very low heat. And whilst this is simmering and melting, we'll get the flour and the dry ingredients prepared. while we have our milk simmering and getting to a simmer, we just melt the 12 tablespoons of butter and just let that come to a liquid form before we put the flour in here. So once your butter is melted, that's when we're going to pour the flour in here, and we'll consistently stir the flour in. So that the flour can cook. You just have to cook this flour until it becomes like a caramel color. So let's pour our flour in. And you'll continue stirring this consistently until it comes to a nice caramel or tan color, or whatever color you desire. So it has a little way to go, and we'll be back when I'm ready for the next step. And you'll also see it changing consistency whilst you're stirring. It's cooking and it's changing consistency. And once the color starts changing to that nice brown color that you're looking for, then you'll know you're almost ready for the next step. As you can see, the color is changing. It's getting to a nice tan color here. We need it a little darker. Yeah, this is the complexion. This is the color I'm looking for. Milk is simmering nicely, and that's one of the last things you want to do is to put the cinnamon in here, into your milk and your essence. And then you'll give that a stir. This nice caramel color that we have. Turn the oven off. Turn the stove off from the milk. And we'll pour the milk into the flour, and we have to consistently stir that as we do that. So, and I'm going to use a ladle just to be safe. Constantly stir it until it's smooth. this point, we just throw raisins in there. And our optional peanuts or nuts. I'm using pecans. Guys, you've seen it before your own two eyes how the Parsad has come together. This is a Delhi Indian festival. Parsad, flower Parsad. Give it one last stir. Just pour it out, let it set. And here you go, guys, the flower Parsad. Thank you for watching, guys, and happy Diwali, Festival of Lights. Have a wonderful holiday, my Hindu brothers and sisters. God bless.